Hello Sapienites. In a few of my other videos, I've associated certain planets with zodiac signs, but I haven't really gotten a chance to explain those associations, so I'm going to try here. Now, planets are an important part of astrology in their own right, within the context of the star chart or birth chart, different aspects of a personality, let's say, but they also have associations to particular signs. Astrologers refer to this as planetary ownership or rulership. Because not all of these celestial bodies are technically planets, let's call them celestials. No, I'm not referring to Marvel's celestials, although I'm sure they're a derivative of the same source. And if you want, I could make a short video on them too, I guess. The original source is the seven celestials, a concept going back to ancient cultures like the Sumerians. The Anunnaki, for instance, are seven Sumerian deities. The Babylonians later tweaked that list a bit, and their system was the main basis for how Western astrology works today. So what were these seven celestials? 5 of the 7 are planets that are visible to the naked eye, and therefore even the ancients could see them. Go outside tonight and try to spot a few. They are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The word planet refers to the wandering appearance of these celestial bodies. They appear to behave as though they had differences in character, wandering to and fro from month to month, what astrologers call prograde and retrograde. These imagined characteristics became the basis for their deification. Mercury's orbit was quick. Venus's orbit seemed to lead and follow the sun over the horizon. Mars had a stark reddish color. Jupiter was large and bright, and Saturn's rings, too, are visible to the naked eye. Apart from these 5 planets, there are 2 more celestials visible to the naked eye: the Sun and the Moon. Some astrologers would end it here, distributing rulership of the 12 zodiac signs to these 7 celestials. We call this dual ownership. But since 7 is not divisible by 12, the Sun and Moon are given 1 sign to rule each, but the 5 planets are given dual ownership over certain signs. So, according to this defunct dual ownership model, the Sun rules Leo, the Moon rules Cancer, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, Venus rules Libra and Taurus, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces, and Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. You see, not only is this confusing, but it's outdated, and it leaves Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, and Aquarius without true representation, since their counterpart signs in each planet have a far stronger association with those planets. The Sun, or Soul, is strongly associated with Leo. Leo is a fixed fire sign known for its confident, benevolent, and potentially egotistical nature, perfectly relating it with the Sun at the center of our solar system. Even a lion's mane resembles the Sun's radiance. The Moon, or Luna, is strongly associated with Cancer. Cancer is a water sign known for its emotional, intuitive, and reflective nature, perfectly reflecting many thematic aspects of the Moon. So obvious is their association that Moonchild is often a common epithet for Cancer signs. Mercury has a very strong association with Gemini. The quick orbit of Mercury reflects the swift and changeable energy of Gemini as a mutable air sign. As the closest planet to the Sun, it may also represent the Sun's messenger, implying communication, another commonality with Gemini. Likewise, Venus has strong associations with Libra. As the planet of love and beauty, Venus shares motifs of connection and fairness with Libra, a cardinal air sign known for its pro-social and diplomatic qualities. Mars has very strong associations with Aries. As the red planet, Mars has a lot in common with the red-hot fire sign, known for passion, courage, and warlike mythological associations. And the fact that Mars' reddish hue comes from the prevalence of rust or iron oxides on its surface only confirms this ironmonger Aries association. Jupiter is associated with Sagittarius. As the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter shares the ambitious and expansive nature of Sagittarius. Its magnificent storms also signify a Sagittarian connection with the Sagitta arrows, or thunderbolts of Zeus. And, at last, Saturn is strongly associated with Capricorn. Saturn's rings have long resembled a crown or ring of power, one might say, implying a connection with the fortunate aspects of the earth element, all pointing toward the cardinal earth sign Capricorn. Its status as the second largest planet in the solar system also aligns it well with titans like Kronos, who shares many of the same elemental and disciplinary characteristics as Capricorn. So, what about non-dual ownership? How can we give Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Pisces celestials of their own? Since ancient astrologers didn't have telescopes, they didn't know about Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto were not discovered and named until after the invention of the telescope, around 1608. The first was Uranus in 1781. The second was Neptune in 1846. The third was Pluto in 1930. And yes, the Disney dog of the same name was named after the planet. Uranus was named after the Greek sky god Ouranos. It has since been associated with Aquarius, a fixed air sign known for its independent, free, and humanitarian nature, compatible with the gaseous and atmospheric aspects of Uranus, both as a gas giant and a deity. Neptune was named after the Roman sea god, Poseidon in Greek. It has since been associated with Pisces, a mutable water sign known for its sensitive, moody, empathetic, and metaphorically oceanic nature, a perfect match for the big blue gas giant. Fun fact, Pluto was named by the suggestion of an 11-year-old girl. She thought it should be named after the god of the underworld. Badass. She could not have been more right. Pluto has since been associated with Scorpio, being farthest from the sun, having an irregular orbit, and having an all-around outsider vibe similar to that of Scorpio. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Pluto is not a planet. Yes, I have a degree too. Pluto is a dwarf planet. But do you know about the other dwarf planets? The mainstream narrative is that Pluto has been demoted. But nobody seems to notice that many celestial bodies once blacklisted for being too small, bumpy, or oddly shaped have actually been promoted to pseudo-planetary status by this change. One such dwarf planet is Ceres. Once considered just another asteroid in the belt between Mars and Jupiter, it was discovered in 1801. The abundance of the asteroid belt makes Ceres an excellent contender for rulership of Virgo. When you consider that it is named after the Roman goddess of agriculture, who practically is the Virgo constellation, we definitely have a winner here. Now we have 11 celestials. We have placed everyone except Taurus. What celestial could there possibly be left? Another dwarf planet? Another moon, perhaps? How about planet Earth? Of course, the Earth is not discovered in the same sense as other celestials, but one might say that we only recognized it as a celestial when we embraced a heliocentric model of the solar system by Aristarchus in 270 BC and later by Copernicus in 1543. As for its association with Taurus, the Earth has important motifs which the ancients wholly recognized. Earth mothers like Gaia, Terra, Gauri, Gertha, and Hathor were all identified with the Earth, and many were also associated with cows. And so there we have 12 celestials, associated neatly and strongly with the 12 zodiac signs of astrology. Isn't it fascinating how, over time, we have discovered new celestials and named them so appropriately to fill such precise holes in astrology and mythology? If you would indulge me once more, I would like to propose another model to help explain this coincidence. Before Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Ceres, and the Earth were discovered, ancient astrologers and epic poets still recognized 5 spheres or realms in addition to the 7 celestials, for a total of 12. These were the Earth, the sea, and the sky. These 3 correlate with deities like Gaia, Neptune, and Uranus, as well as the underworld and the overworld, or land. I mean the land that living things grow upon, including people, and civilizations, and crops. These 2 correlate with deities like Pluto and Ceres. In modern geoscience, we might call these the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Unless you count the molten asthenosphere, there is no real modern equivalent to the underworld, unless we consider caves and reservoirs to be a sphere unto themselves, the chthonisphere perhaps. Not only were these 5 spheres symbolically and culturally significant to ancient cultures, but they fulfilled the same role as celestials in the organization of mythologies. They provided consistent characteristics and themes for deities associated with them to represent across cultures. This model of celestials and spheres provides a sleek and relatively universal method for comparing and syncretizing deities across cultures. You don't even have to get all woo-woo astrological about it. It's quite secular. And yes, I understand that secular scholars won't go as far as syncretization, but we, as artists, whether secular or scholar, have an opportunity here to rescue the art of epic poetry, to revive entire cultures, and to exchange new ideas with old ones to create a fresh, relevant, and relatable pantheon of human archetypes. It is not possible to preserve something merely by conserving it as is. The world is always changing, so if you're not adapting to its changes, you'll go extinct, and extinction preserves nothing. In order for something to persevere through time and space, it must integrate and transcend what challenges it. If you'd like to see me try, you may subscribe and like this video. Leave a comment. What other topics would you have me explore in astrology, mythology, and beyond?
Our sages.